Alright, now finally Nepal was defeated. So I'm hoping... Oh, the West Indies said no, but Sardinia should, I hope, say yes, because we're not at war with anyone anymore. Hopefully, hopefully, hopefully. And we are getting increasingly short on resources, but we're building up our industry really quite rapidly, so I'm okay with this. And I'm not really militarizing at this point either. Bulgaria declared war on the Ottomans. Is this when Bulgaria takes control? Wait. The Ottomans are allied to Greece? What happened here? No, Greece is still at war with the Ottomans. Ah. I get it. South Africa going on taunt. I don't think they've had their war yet. In fact, I'm pretty sure that they haven't. Farmers request assistance for emu culling. Farmers in Walgulan and Burakoppen have petitioned the government to help pass a cull of rather... Start again. To help cull a rather large gathering of emus in the area. They asked for planes to drop small bombs in the large gatherings along with soldiers armed with machine guns to shoot down the rest, similar to the failed attempts in 1932. The chief game inspector, Mr. A. Arnold, stated the situation did not warrant mass extermination of the birds. The inspectors had not spotted any of the so-called reported mass gatherings. The state government has also denied the request on the basis of Mr. Arnold's observation. A war of the emus is unnecessary. Rise of the Australasian Guard. In response to the general labour unrest that has been plaguing Australasia since the last election, Eric Campbell today made an impassioned speech calling for the united, determined and firm action on part of the loyal citizens of Australasia. He says the government has failed in its mandate and that unless severe measures are taken, all of Australasia will succumb to chaos and the tide of syndicalism, which is washing across the world. His words caught the attention of many, and already support in rural parts as well as the urban areas of the country have been shifting to the Centre Party. Ah... They're growing. They are definitely growing. Are we going to see an Australian civil war here? Because I think it is possible. Alright, so we have Matildas, which are 1936 light tanks. So we could start building those. Or we can wait 6 months and then get the 1939 mediums. Doctrine still going. We have not done artillery for a while and we get a 50% bonus. Let's do that. Marines. Speaking of Marines, how's our landing? Our landing's actually okay. We should definitely be getting some of these now. Alright, let's do that. And then we need to look at... no, mechanized isn't available to 41. So that's fine. Are we building motorized? Yes, we are. Good. And we do have some army experience, so I could modify these units and give them, for example... Actually, I can't even... Wait, I don't have hospitals yet? Let's just change you for hospitals real quick. Because I do want those. And I want to start actually adding them to my units before I start building them up too much. Alright, so if I move you guys who have the stuff to here, will you start actually training? That is the question. See you, James. And Zemina. Thank you very much for the follow. Zemina? I know I'm going to regret this, but we're going to do it. Australasia has become a great power in the world. We must assemble these new minds in our universities and put them to work advancing our nation. We're going to do all of the tech. I mean, we do tech up pretty quickly, so That's good, I guess. Australasian naval base in the Philippines. Following our first economic aid package to the Republic of the Philippines, we created a large network of contacts there. Australasian businesses are thriving in this new market, but we could use these new friends to advance the geostrategic interests of the British Empire. Some circles of the Royal Australasian Navy believe that we should convince their government to allow the establishment of a major naval base to the north of the archipelago. So we should make Canada take notice of this. Make sure the Canadians hear our proposal. Also, send a thing to Sardinia. Princely Federation took one state, Travancore was annexed. Approved. Yeah, it must be when we're at war. Like, if anyone in the Entente's at war, then they won't accept it. So it's annoying, so I didn't get anything from France or from the Caribbean. But I did get from everyone else. I still feel like you're not getting any experience here. What factions can the Princely Federation join? It's actually a good question, I'm not sure. I don't think they can join any. Oh no, here we go. Germany, Russia, Japan, or independent. Brazilian Civil War. I have a national spirit that hates training. No, I don't. Such a thing doesn't exist. Unless it's like war support being low. No, that's just mobilization. And command power generation. Elastic defenses. Next. Mobile infantry or blitzkrieg? That's actually a good question. I think we're going to go blitzkrieg because it's actually the tanks that are really strong. I don't so much care about holding the territory, I care about just seizing it. Although I do really like this path. Because you just get so much organisation. Plus 15 organisation on motorised and mechanised. No, we're going mobile infantry. It's just so much stronger. Okay, so we have got 38 tanks. We still don't have this one. 60% research reduction. We should do that. And we're at 100 political power once again, which is nice to see. Alright, seriously, 2%? No, you are definitely not training. Okay. I don't know why that's not happening. Something must have changed somewhere or somehow. Computing machine, done. That was quick. Radar. 38, don't need those. 38, we do need these. Let's get that first. Chat is rowdy tonight. Yeah, it's pretty busy too, though. Has India China not revolted? Nope. Union of South Africa has declared war, so this is the South African Civil War. It's not the Union I want to support, it's the... Oh, it is the Union. These are the pro... Entente, right? Yes. I'm just double checking. These just select the same focuses as were there already. Then it just depends on this. So they can rejoin the Entente. As long as the Dominion party wins. And you don't even have a focus. You are social conservatives, you are paternal autocrats. No, we want the conservatives to win, so I'm going to send you a lend-lease of convoys. We'll send you 20. And then also guns, quarter pounders. I'm not going to give you these though. And then 20% of my percentage research, or percentage creation. Off you go. New mines in Australasia. Okay, finally. So we have 5 research slots now. We should be able to blitz through that pretty quickly. Let's get... Whoops, no, that's a 39. You're being researched. Don't want to do those just yet. I do actually want strategic bombers. We're going to get some Wellingtons going. Now we can start working on these. So, question of the unions, I think, needs to be answered. In the aftermath of the Melbourne Commune, trade unions were made illegal. While many are still sceptical of their ideology, the continued draconian enforcement of Birdwood's policies is decidedly unpopular, and thus we must decide what the unions have a place, or whether the unions have a place in modern Australasian society. Maybe it's because they're on different islands. Shouldn't make a difference. No, it really shouldn't. Would the extra resource researches be a good thing for Australasia? Yes, but free trade, so would have no impact on me. Remember, everything is reduced by 80%. Soviets won. They legit won the Civil War, so I'm happy with this. I do not like the diplomatic route. But the Civil War route, and you legit win? Fine, great. We're going to have a strong CSA. Or, International. Now, what are the CSA doing? AUS is losing ground, but I'd like to say the USA is holding their own. I mean, the US does have quite a few more factories, though they do have decidedly less manpower. Might well want to send some guns to the US. We'll send you 40 of those. Support equipment. Normal guns. Whoa, that's percentage. Hang on. It's not what I meant. There we go. I'm a noob. How can you tell how many factories another country has? You can see here. So if you click on the country and then details, the number of factories are here with a slight discrepancy depending on your decryption and their encryption. So I can see they have between 12 and 13 military factories and 40 to 46 civilian factories. Compare that to the CSA with their 13, it's usually in the middle, military, and 27 civilian. So the USA has a lot more civilian, which means over time their military factory will ramp up over that of the CSA, but short-term CSA is probably stronger because they have more manpower. Oh, Fenchief. NDA is lifted. Yes, as of today. I can now talk about Hearts of Iron. I mean, I spoke about it at length at the beginning of the video, so if you want to see that, go and check out the beginning of the video, because I talk about it for literally half an hour. If you have any just general questions you want just answered, go ahead. Australia took 13 states. Hungary was our next. Ooh, the other guys took little bits as well. That is an ugly Austria. Yeah, Bulgaria did win. Legislate freedoms. Gain stability. Nah. Still completely underwhelmed by stability in this game. Greece took one state. Crete was our next. Oh yeah. Oh, does that mean the Netherlands is... Oh dear. So the Netherlands has gone communist. Russia's gone communist. It looks like the Kingdom of Spain's going to win in Spain, so the Commune could actually be at war on two fronts, which is good for Germany. But the Entente's going to be in a difficult position. Thankfully, the Dominion of India is doing quite well, and I fully intend to support the Dominion against Baratia and Princely Federation. Workers' organisation and trade unions. In the aftermath of the Melbourne Commune in the Revolution of 1925, trade unions were made illegal. While many continued to operate underground alongside the Australasian Labour Party, they were suppressed by the extended police and military districts, as well as by Australasian Guard. While we may be sceptical about their ideology, the continued draconian enforcement of Birdwood's policies will undoubtedly be an unpopular move, so we must consider whether to legalise the unions and seek a compromise with their leaders. So we can rescind them, and the Social Conservatives gain power as do the Social Democrats and the Syndicalists, or we could have the Totalists increasing. I mean, if I rescind it, then they could use that as a bulwark to organise, or we could do it and we just kind of show that we're willing to compromise. I'm not Guard, I'm willing to compromise. New national focus. Suppress the Syndicalists, which gets National Populists up. Or compromise. I did say we're compromising, so we're compromising. The time has come to recognise Australia's labour troubles are larger than the syndicalist radicals who try to stir up trouble. There are union leaders with whom we can negotiate, and in time may be possible to work out a solution that makes it a fairer society and cuts the legs out from under the radicals. That's exactly what I'm hoping. Okay, and I can get a new focus. Or a new company or person. It is almost 1939, so we might be in a position to go and get the Ford Australasia medium tanks into production nice and early. Aim for my head. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome. Okay, what other nations are getting new focus trees besides the US and the UK? Don't know. That was not announced. What direction will these focuses take? Don't know. That was not announced. So one thing you need to understand about the new expansion offensive is it is super early in development. I'm actually surprised they announced it, and I'm extremely surprised that they've announced a pre-order for it. It is very early, like, design stage. It's like pre-design stage. There were no screenshots, there was no gameplay, there's not even any code done for it yet, according to Don. So it's difficult to say beyond, like, broad concepts what they're planning to do. Check air companies. Yeah, I know the air companies are pretty good. We were already talking about rebuilding Koku Island so we can get the really nice bonuses to heavy and light cruisers. And then probably the government aircraft factories. And we do need... Actually, the soft attack and breakthrough might be a better option here. So we might go for Lysak's work. Alright, so we are going maneuver. So division speed, division attack, defense. Are there any here that are interesting? Fire support is artillery, which we're not doing. Division organisation and recovery could be nice. Psychology could be nice. Mass combat gives us more manpower, which we might need, but I suspect there will be ways around our manpower issues. At least I hope so. Chief of Army. Guns and butter could be good if we're in areas with less supply. Otherwise, decisive battle, probably. I think I'm going to go for the medium tanks. Yeah, we're going to go for the medium tanks. Because they're available next year. I want to see a strategic bomb play because I haven't seen them used, especially since they're buffed. I was very seriously considering doing that, so I probably will. I think they might want to do some creative accounting, pretend they have a new product long before they are ready. Possibly. I think they're just trying to keep the hype around Hearts of Iron going. Because it is definitely driving a lot of money towards Paradox's coffers, because it is the fastest selling game, except maybe for City Skylines. Because they announced that Hearts of Iron sold 1 million copies. Crusader Kings, European Universalis both also reached 1 million, but Hearts of Iron did it faster. Charles Viner Brooke backs the Guard. The exiled White Raja of Sarawak and noted Sydney socialite Charles Viner Brooke has now openly begun to associate with the reactionary group known as the Australian Guard, led by the Welsh Creek veteran Eric Campbell. Until now, the Guard has been a minor force in Australasian politics, but with their forceful revanchist rhetoric and their populist flair, the movement has begun to spread its influence beyond New South Wales, especially gaining support amongst discharged servicemen and disgruntled officers. With Brooke's charm and considerable monetary resources, the Guard might just have gained the staging point for a showdown with the new regime in Canberra. The government should be prepared for any eventuality. Oh dear. And we have civilian factories available. Oh, we actually have a lot of tungsten production here. Do that, and then do that. Right, new research. It's November 38. Radar would be done pretty quickly. Do I want heavy fighters? I think we might actually go heavy fighters, strategic bombers. Because we're going to be covering a lot big distances. Is that true? To protect the strategic bombers, we would be doing long distances, but if we're just fighting for ports and things, it'll be short range. I think I'm going to wait on that. We could begin doing doctrines. We probably especially should start doing naval doctrine. Wait, do I have a penalty to naval doctrine? No, just naval construction. That's fine. Disappointed Prince George does not have a core cat and a Castlemaine in his hand. Australia always has manpower issues. Yeah, it does. How's the Ottoman-Greek War going? I think that ended. Actually, no, it didn't. Greece are... yes, it did. The Ottomans are an occupied puppet of Bulgaria now. I wonder if that's going to be a legit Ottomans. Oh, they didn't take Constantinople, though. Rather than Turkey. I really hope it does. Wait, City Skyline super popular. Yeah, it's like their biggest seller ever. Ever play any RPG-ish games like Mass Effect and Skyrim? Yes, I've played them both. Completed Mass Effect 1, 2... Did I complete 3? No, I did not Did I complete 3? I don't think I completed 3. And I played Andromeda, though it was a bit... eh. Skyrim, really good. I've never completed it, but I do have like 500 hours in it. I just like doing the side quests and stuff too much. I like just exploring Skyrim. Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's a good... yeah, City Skylines is a very good game. It's kind of a very quiet game. It doesn't scream and shout about its popularity, but yes, it's very popular. Mostly with like non-hardcore gamers, which is why it does so well. It's the same reason that mobile games do so well. There is an enormous casual market. They just don't scream and shout about being gamers. Have I tried Kingdom Come Deliverance? No, not yet. Andromeda was a bit shite. I liked the exploration aspects to it. I just wish they'd doubled down on that fact. Like the fact that they added, what was it, 2 new alien races for an entirely new game set in an entirely new galaxy is pathetic. To compound the UAP's increasing unpopularity with the people, the government has come under fire due to a corruption investigation which has made its way to the newspapers. While no senior ministers were implicated in the affair, the scandal has led to a sense among Australian public that the UAP government is both ineffective and riddled with men who are only out for their own enrichment. A series of arrests and a shuffling of minister positions appears to have made the scandal fade a bit, but the damage is done, and going into the next election it may be severe indeed. Ow! 23% public... oh dear, this is definitely going to be a civil war. Proper RPG, for example, is Dragon's Dogma. I don't agree with you there either, Ragar. Dragon's Dogma is a Combat RPG. Proper RPG is like The Witcher. There's not much story in Dragon's Dogma. It's a great game. Really like it. Especially like the mechanic of being able to get other people's companions in your party. That's awesome. But I would consider The Witcher to be RPG. Well, even like Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale, Pillars of Eternity, which technically are combat RPGs, I would still consider a RPG. As RPG as it's possible to go on the PC. Likewise with Divinity and Original Sin. The civilian support... In fact, no. Dragon's Dogma is an action game. I would say that there is more similarity between Dragon's Dogma and Diablo than there is between Dragon's Dogma and The Witcher. The civilian support for the ruling party has reached a new level, which has negatively influenced our political power. Our position, yeah, this is not good. The pain is indeed about to be delivered, I believe. Where's New South Wales? What's the best way to find out? There it is. Okay. Unfortunately, that's one of my most built-up areas, so we're going to have the really poor areas. Safety Monkey, thank you very much for the follow. And did I say aim for my head? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I think I did. Rip Mordred. Yeah, chat's really positive about my chances here. Integralist Brazil won. So they could well become the new Empire of Brazil. Possibly. And the Kingdom of Spain definitely looks to be beating the CNTFAI, which is good. How's the USA doing? Oh, USA is definitely pushing now. See, all of those Australasian guns coming in. It's making a difference. Field hospitals. It is December 38. I'm going to wait until 39. The other thing I must admit I'm kind of waiting for is if there is a civil war, then I'll probably get an influx of manpower. Fall of Barcelona. Kingdom of Spain won. I much prefer having the Kingdom of Spain in power rather than the CNTFAI. So at least Spain has been robbed from the Internationale. That's really good. Okay, so we've compromised with Labour. I cannot, however, do any of the further ones. Oh, because we have to have had the 1939 election. Alright, let's do freedom of the press. And hopefully we can get that done quickly enough. So that's going to give us 100 political power and also improve our popularity again to 32. To better maintain its grip on the population, Birdwood's regime introduced censorship laws in 1926. Rescinding those laws is all but expected, and now the nation is once again democratic, though it has been a long time since Australasian newspapers have felt free to speak their mind. Hopefully they'll remember who loosened their chains. Alright, so... do these three only become available once we've done this? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. Didn't have time to play Tyranny. Tyranny was good. I really liked Tyranny, but yeah, I was kind of in the same position, and it did awfully on the channel. I streamed it a few times, and I was getting like 6 viewers. Which is a real disappointment, because I really enjoyed that game, actually. And same with Pillars, like any RPG on the channel just doesn't seem to do very well. Although I must admit, things like Pillars of Eternity, because there is limited voice acting, not everything is done, it is really difficult to do it. Especially because I just feel like I have to give voices to everyone. And then the consistency is just lost, and the immersion's just lost. It just doesn't work as well as I'd like it to. The new workers' deal enacted by the government has been a great cause for celebration amongst the Australasia's working class, and the Australasian Council of Trade Unions specifically led marches across several large cities to commemorate the historic occasion. Speeches by the ACTU leaders drew massive crowds where they spoke of obvious fervour about syndicalist ideals and the true interests of the working class. Police stood nearby, keeping back agitators who held slurs at the socialists, and there was no reports of incidents. Syndicalists' popularity up. It's January. January 39. Construction. Concentrated industry. Divinity seems like a game I'd enjoy with friends. Divinity is really good. I have not had the chance to do enough on it. I want to finish Pillars of Eternity 1 and 2, then I'll probably switch to Divinity. With the UAP facing dwindling support going into the next election, several country party members have approached us and offered a possible solution. A coalition between the UAP and the country, combining their efforts and support bases to ensure that neither the Labour Party nor any of the more radical upshots has a chance of achieving victory. This would mean admitting country ministers into the cabinet, but some advisers suggest it may be our only route to victory. So a unified front against the radicals and Labour, how can we refuse? So I lose my economy minister. Or I lose stability.